Good morning. It is Thursday, my last day on the trail for I don't know how long. This is where I was dropped off yesterday, and I headed south down that trail. And today I'll be heading north to Perisberg, Virginia. It's about 11 and a half miles from here, and then I got about a mile and a half walk into town once I get there. I'm getting picked up around 4:30 this afternoon. And then I guess a 100-mile drive back to where my car is. So I'm looking forward to today, and it's just nice, cool temperatures. It's got to be in about 60 degrees, 65. It's very comfortable, and no rain, so it'd be a nice hiking day. I'll be in the shade all day. I feel like I'm on safari in Africa, bushwhacking through the woods. Hopefully no poison ivy or ticks overhanging right here. Kind of interesting. I think they've had kind of limited water this year. Ow, that was a sticker bush. Limited water this year. They sure are growing. In spite of that, looks like more straight ahead. I'm 2¼ miles in. Just a real short side trail to this shelter called Doc's Knob. I like the way they put that little deck in there. It's nice looking. Looks relatively new. Anyway, looks like a nice shelter. But oh, there's the privy up there, which fortunately today I don't need it like I did yesterday. It was a bit of emergency use. I think I don't know if I said it on film yesterday, but I put it in my journal. But note to self, don't go on slack packs without bringing your toilet paper. Well, as I continue my hike into Perisberg, just kind of been reflecting on what will end up being 635 or 36 miles of hiking. And I can't say that I've loved every single step, but I will say that I cherish the time that I've had on the trail. That I'm disappointed to have to be leaving it, but at the same time, I'm already looking forward to being back on it, whether it's later this year or next year. So I take that as a good sign. I'm ready to focus on my next adventure, which is sleeping in a recliner with my arm in a sling for a few weeks and doing everything I possibly need to do, including using my mind and doctor's instructions and physical therapy to get my shoulder back in shape as quickly as possible so I can be back out on the trail. While I'm at it, I might have my foot taken care of, who knows. So, but it just got me to thinking, like I said, I haven't loved every step, but I cherish the time out here. I think it's another good example of a growth mindset versus fixed, because our world here is so different from your normal world. It's, like I've said before, everybody that comes out here, I'd say not everybody, but the vast majority are prepared to deal with it's just some outright hard days, uncomfortable days, miserable days, and some beautiful days. But they're all part of the experience. They're all now part of my memory, and I love them all. And I appreciate the fact that I had that opportunity to experience what I have. But if you're in a more of a fixed mindset when you come out here, it's hard to escape those boundaries without working at it. And the trail is so far outside of your norm. I think that's what lets that subconscious mind kind of take over and just start influencing decisions. So some more mindset advice for those who want to hike the trail is read up on, study, understand growth mindset versus fixed mindset, and make sure you don't have a box around your mind of where you're comfortable, where your comfort zone is, or if you do, it's not very well defined, and you're willing to expand boundaries. So it's gonna be a great day. I'm just taking it nice and easy and enjoying each step along the way here. just another little mindset thought here. One that kind of became apparent to me this week. This is my 7th day on the trail, and when I'm finished today, I think I'll have covered about 102 trail miles and probably about 105 or 6 walking miles, just to getting to hostels and whatnot. But so I'm pushing myself this week. I would not be able to keep at this pace over the course of a full through hike, but I knew I was out here for a week, so I could push myself and not worried about a overuse injury, because I'd be off before it really had time to manifest itself. So I guess what I'm saying is you got to have the right mindset to complete a through hike, no question, number one thing. But it's got to work in union with your physical ability. So it's no good, like right now, my mindset wants to push, wants to go harder, wants to go faster. But my body is saying, just hang in there. You know, my knees are, you know, not happy. My feet, my shoulders sometimes just sore. So I think it's understanding that combination. And when I talk about mind-body connection, I have it. So I'm intentionally pushing myself. I know I am. But at the same time, if I were just continuing on for another month or so, I wouldn't have done these miles, because I know my body wouldn't hold up to it over time. Of course, pushing my body like I am this week is it's not a good thing, which I knew this notionally, but I guess I hadn't really demonstrated it to myself like I have this week. But you know, there's times you're hiking where to get to the next resupply, town, shelter, campsite, water, whatever, it's either going to be longer than you want to go or not as far as you want to go. It rarely happens to fall right on exactly what you hope for. So it's good to know that you can push your body as needed, as necessary. Just don't do it every day or 7 days in a row. That's where you'll start slowing down and breaking down if you're not careful. No, if I didn't have this power line tower, it'd be an even better view. But check out this side over here. Wow. Let's see a good level spot right over here, right there. Oh, awesome. Homesteads, ranches, farms, views. You can see that power line cut over the top of that mountain in the far distance. Right away. Beautiful day, wind's blowing. It's got to be in the very low 70s, high 60s. I'm about 5.8 miles into the day. I think I'm gonna have one more great view. It's a great way to finish the trail for now. This isn't even the big upcoming view. Just had to stop and, I mean, it's the perfect spot to stop and take a break, because one, you got this ledge. It's a good ways down if you haven't been to that. It's got this great rock right here behind it that I can sit on. And this trail's just right up there at 10 yards. Anyway, beautiful spot to sit and rest. Just came up from that way. Some really cool rock formations. I love the way trees just seem to grow out of these rocks. Look at that, looks like a press, just ready to stamp something out. Look at that rock, just like it's just hanging above. Interesting. And looks like shelter back there. Anyway, I'm coming up on what's called Angel's Rest Rock, which is supposed to have a view of Perisberg and the valley. So should be there in a second. Oh, I think there's a sign. Angel's Rest View Rock. Straight up here. All right, I'll go check it out. All right, I guess this is it. We'll find out. Looks like it's kind of tilting, leaning on there. But I'm sure that's not the case. All right, nothing further around there. Well, let's get up on Angel's Rest. Definitely have a view of the town. I'm wondering if that's Food Lion right straight down there where I'm walking to. fact, that's going to be my guess. See if I can zoom in on that. Looks like a grocery store parking lot. A grocery store, we'll see. Yeah, some big industry here. Some type of power plant, maybe. Maybe there's hawk coming up. Is that a hawk? What is that? Yeah. Just enjoying the day. Well, I'm gonna sit down and have lunch and enjoy this view. Where are you having lunch today? I'm heading down into Perisberg, and of course, you saw where I was in relation to where I was going, so I have a lot of elevation to lose. And this is definitely hard on the knees. You combine that with, you're stopping, this is it. So I'm not gonna say anxious, but when you're close to home type thing, I'm actually not anxious for it to end. But the day's gonna end, and the trail's gonna end for me today, and I got about 1.2 miles to go and another 900 feet down. I think it was about 12 or 1300 feet at a mile and a half, but it's definitely something I'm glad I'm not hiking up. It's probably gonna be like this on the other side when you leave Perisberg going north. Anyway, I'm just going slow because it's definitely pounding on my knees, and they're ready for a break after this full week. But very quiet, very pretty. Heading down. Well, one funny thing, I met right when I came down and rejoined the trail, there was a woman going up, and then maybe less than a quarter mile later, there were two young girls that were climbing up, and one had on a t-shirt that said Astro World. So my family will remember that. I've been to Astro World, I think, dozens of times. It seems like a lot of times. There's nothing there any longer. It's just a bunch of concrete slabs. But it was a fun time and a fun place. Okay, I have completed my trek for this year. Maybe I'll come back in November, but 635 point something or 36 miles. I'll have to check and see the final, but feel good about that. It's almost exactly 29% of the trail. So obviously good progress. I'm walking into the food line, which is about 1.3 miles. And just while they're fresh on my mind, a couple things. Just look at the pretty views here. Just walking down some country road. A couple things that come to mind about the, maybe lessons learned. First of all, I learned I love the trail. I've enjoyed it. I've learned to trust my body and to push it, know when to push it, know when I can't. So I love that kind of mind-body connection. That there are hard days. Not every day is awesome. Okay, car passed me by. Not every day is awesome, but every day is awesome when looking back at it, when you take it all together in the giant context. In the individual days, there's gonna be bad days, hard days, whatever reason, and I'm sure there'll be plenty ahead. But disappointed I'm not going to be able to finish it this year, but at the same time, excited about doing it next year, and I can apply what I've learned and maybe be more efficient on my pack and the weight, and just apply everything I've picked up, all the little tips along the way. I'm sure there's more I'm going to want to add, but just want to get those down initially. On to Food Lion. Oh, another thing I wanted to add, that I've had a bit of an unorthodox hike so far. I started March 3rd, and today's June 23rd, 24th. I've had a lot of time at home, and that's really actually it's just been a blessing. It's been awesome because you miss your family, and I've had a chance to be there a lot. Obviously that impacts your ability to reach your final destination, but hopefully I'll be able to strike a good balance with that in the future, next year. Whether it's coming home for a week, every 6 weeks or something, I don't know. I'll figure it out, but it was a big part of it that I enjoyed. Well, I'm at the Food Lion, and I was right. This is the building I was looking at. So somewhere up there, there's a giant rock. I'll have to zoom in and try to look at this later, see if I can spot it. Came down all the way down that side. and walked the mile and a quarter or so here, about a mile maybe. That's kind of cool. I walked along that ridge. It was pretty much a ridge walk, that last part. All right, it's Thursday evening, 6 o'clock. I'm heading over to dinner. This is the hotel I'm staying at, the Travel Inn. It's cheap, but it's reasonably clean. I mean, it's clean, it's just old and a little bit worn down inside, but they keep it clean. It's a nice couple that I was at. Stayed here when I got off the trail back in May. And the Mexican restaurant is just 2 or 3 blocks away. Anyway, I'm just doing one last video before I post this, just to, this is actually something I've been thinking about the whole week, is having this Mexican food dinner tonight. It was, it sounded delicious, and it still sounds delicious, so I'm looking forward to having that and one of their big, tall, cold beers to go with it. And get back, get a good night's sleep, and get home tomorrow. I'm exhausted, my legs. Someone left a bag of Epsom salts in the hiker box, so I was able to get a Epsom salt bath. That felt good. But my muscles are just protesting. They're ready to rest. I overexerted them, but they feel good now. So just gonna walk over, have dinner, then walk on back. I'll be posting, you know, an update video once in a while, just of what's going on, but certainly not daily. Happy trails, everyone. I wanted a large beer. I didn't know it was going to be a giant bottle. I thought it was a draft. So I'll see what I can get through on this. Should be fun.